Have you ever wondered what you'd be doing once your braces have been removed and 17 years after that? Hello, my name is Philip Krug and I'll be talking about myself. What I'll be talking about today is where I grew up, why I joined the Air Force, and my future plans. Before you can talk about your future plans, you have to talk about your past. I grew up in a small town called Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Roughly translated in French, I hope, is foot of the lake. If you ever hold up your right hand, you notice it actually looks like the state of Wisconsin. There's a lake called Lake Winnebago. I sit on the foot of the lake called Fond du Lac. Anyways, I graduated in 1995 from LP Goodrich High School. When I graduated, also my mom and my dad and brother and sister graduated from the same school. Now during that time frame, I had braces. And when I had braces, I wanted to join the military as soon as I left high school and graduated. Well, come to find out, the military won't allow you to join the military with braces. Some kind of liability, something about maintaining during basic training, which doesn't actually fit into the trainees program. So after I waited a year, got it removed, and I finally got to do my childhood dream, was to join the Air Force. Now I joined the Air Force for two reasons. One was to travel, and two was to be part of something great, some kind of history. Something I would say, hey, Philip Krug was here. Since joining the military, I've learned that traveling is part of my life. My parents would always, during each summer, would always go for some kind of break. We'd go for a vacation and just traveling during these different types of city. We'd sit there and I would sit there and look at the culture and people, and just, it was amazing. So ever since joining it, I've lived in the great state of Georgia. The second part was South Korea, Japan, Italy, and now the great state of New Mexico. As I sit here in the great state of Mexico, I reminisce about the time that I was actually back in March of 2003. I was deployed to Prince Sultan Air Base, PSAB, Saudi Arabia. We were there during the Operation Iraqi Freedom. I was being part of a large bomb pad, which my job was to actually build the bombs, to make sure they were built correctly, sent on trailers, sent to the flight line correctly. Our aircraft at the time were the first non-stealth aircraft to fly into Baghdad and to drop a lot of ordnance. Without our aircraft, it's been said that the ground war would have lasted a lot longer. Now I can talk to you about all my war stories and so forth, but now I'm going to talk to you about my future plans. My future plans is to complete this class, and I'll be one step closer to getting my community college of the Air Force degree. It's like an associate's degree, but it's not. It's 2 classes away from being associates. But it's to prove a point that I actually can go to school and I'm actually willing to further myself, to make myself more smart. Now with that, I have used that CCAF, or maybe do my associates. But the biggest thing is to apply that to a job after the military. The biggest thing I love doing is something with guns, weapons. I was teaching my wife about CCW, concealed carry weapons class, teaching. I enjoyed it. It's something, it's smooth sailing for me. I knew all the aspects of it. So I feel like I need to be doing something in that career field, either teaching it, and I'm actually, possibly will be doing the gunsmith to add to my forte of list of something with guns. So hopefully in the future, I'll wake up and be glad to go to work. Now that I've talked about my future, so we're going to go ahead and tie up everything. I talked about where I grew up, which was Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Under the right hand, that's one thing that's going to stick with you every time you look at it. It's going to be Wisconsin. The second thing I told you is why I joined the Air Force. One was for travel, and two, to be part of history, which I was during Operation Iraqi Freedom. And the third thing I talked about was my future plans. To finish this class and apply towards my CCAF and to my future jobs as something in the weaponry industry. Hope you enjoyed this, and please be nice. After all, it is my first speech. Have a good one. Thank you.